Hey y'all, Bunkle back again with what I hope is another good pack opening. I've seen a few pack openings that I've done that were not all that good. They were fun, but nothing much panned out of them. Today we're going to be doing a 1988 Donruss. These were all wax packs. Not sure how many there are. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 packs in total. Now these came from that big box of packs that I found in the back of the garage not too long ago. Kind of getting me back into collecting, which is pretty cool. I think so. I don't know what my wife thinks about it, but it is what it is. It's one of those collecting hobby things, although I have found some cards that I will be getting graded. So, you know what? It's just something that was in the back of the garage, stuffed in the back of the garage, so makes for fun videos, and might be able to definitely turn some profit on these. Now, I picked up these this case of cards or box of cards. I don't know. It was a yard sale, garage sale, thrift shop. I have no idea. I also have no idea when. It's got to be at least 4 or 5 years ago, considering where it was in the garage. It had stuff piled on top of it, and things get shuffled around and banged around so much in there. It's not even funny. Garage is supposed to be used for my business, but that ain't the case. It gets used for everything and everybody. One of those things that kind of happens when you have a large family, very busy home. I just like to call it Grand Central sometimes. Anyway, enough about all that. Let's get to opening some packs here. Again, these are 88 Donruss. Now, what we might find in these, of course, Tom Glavine rookie, Roberto Alomar, Robbie Alomar, Greg Jeffries, Mark Grace. There's tons of Hall of Famers, tons of stars from this era. The Diamond Kings is also part of the Donruss set during these times. So you'd have the Cal Ripken. You also have other cards, Dale Murphy, Canseco, Puckett, Bo, George Brett, Nolan Ryan, of course, Ozzie Smith, Roger Clemens, Tony Gwynn, Barry Bonds, of course, Mike Schmidt. Who knows what else? These are what I just listed are cards that have some value in either a PSA 9 or PSA 10. Now, of course, other cards might just have personal value. And if I see any of those, if I get them as I'm going through them, I'll definitely mention. So let's get to opening. All right, we got pack number 1 here. Now, this is the puzzle card. It's damn usual. Now, this design definitely led for many things to be desired. The staticky, what looks like staticky, definitely was a distracting border. The blue, you can get dings on the edges, of course, but that may just be how these packs were stored over the years. Either way, we're going to start off with Tom Browning, Steve Bedrosian, Nolan Ryan in the first pack. That's a nice find. This is what the back of those cards looks like. So you have recent Major League performance, plus all of his details and some only career highlights. Now for other players, of course, career highlights might only be a 1-liner or a 2-liner, but Nolan Ryan has more highlights than can fit on a single card. So that one's a nice find. I'll keep that one just standing up right there. Danny Cox, Jose De Leon, Dwayne Buis, Ed Correa, Mackie Sasser, Floyd Yeomans, Jay Howell, Mark Kubica, Fernando Valenzuela, Pat Clements, Roger Clemens, nice card to find also, and Eric King. Now, 1 second here while I put both of these inside these penny sleeves. And they do look pretty nicely centered. The Clemens looks like it's a bit off top to bottom. I'd say as does the Ryan, just a touch, but centering left to right is definitely nice on these. I have to take out a glass later to take a look at them, just to make sure corners and edges are nice also. They do appear so, but I would want to make sure before I send them off for any possible grading. I mean, these junk wax cards, the difference between a PSA 10 and a PSA 9 can be so much that it may not even be worth sending off. unless you do get a PSA 10. So it's kind of a gamble because they can be a bit sticky as far as how they grade cards. I think that's happened more and more over the years. Okay, we got a Carl Nichols, Dave Anderson, Joel Skinner, Dave Clark, Dave Stewart. Great pitcher, solid fastball pitcher back in the day. Dave Mahorsic, Dan Quisenberry, Jody Reed, Paul Kilgus, Hubie Brooks, Steve Ontiveros, Bill Picante, Andy Allenson, and Tim Cruz. Not much of anything worth mentioning in that pack. Get on to pack number 3 for y'all. All right, there goes the puzzle card. Will the Thrill Clark. Nice card there. John Kruk, Tommy Gregg, Ken Griffey Sr. The junior doesn't come out until next year, so. Keith Moreland, Gary Carter, Ray Quinones, Rance Mullenix, Steve Lombardazzi, Paul Molitor, Diamond Kings card. Now, a lot of these, or not a lot, but a lot of the Donruss sets from these days, there were error cards in a lot of these sets on the Diamond Kings, where this area right here wasn't colored in. But this one has the color, so we'll just keep it moving. Gary Gaetti, Fred Crown Dog McGriff, Alvin Davis, Jesse Orozco, and Leon Durham. Not much in that one either. Now, what you don't want to be is the card that's all the way on the bottom, because that could have wax damage. I mean, at least it's not gum damage like Topps cards from these days. Mike Morgan, Mike Campbell, Jody Davis, Sid Fernandez, El Cid, Chris Bazio, Mike Kruko, Bob Kipper, Benito Santiago, Kevin Gross, Mike Scott, Bob Forsch, Wally World Joiner, Danny Tartable, and that one's got the blue mark, Dan Plezak, and Ray Knight. Well, let's keep it moving. You know, I'm happy to have found the Ryan. You always got to wonder if these packs may have been opened at one time. I don't know. I don't think so, but who really knows? Rick Shue, Gerald Young, Ricky Horton, Johnny Ray, Ray Searage, Greg Harris, Mark Grace. That's the Grace rookie. That's a nice find. I will keep that one right there. Work my way through the rest of this pack, then wrap them up. Randy St. Clair, Louis Polonia, Steve Balboni, Matt Young, Ron Kittle, John Marzano, Mike Henneman, and Bill Schroeder. Now, I remember Ron Kittle when Ron Kittle was coming up through the minors. I mean, he was the player to watch. He was going to be the next Mickey Mantle, the next Slugger, the next... I mean, he tore up the minor leagues to the point that it was unbelievable numbers. I forget, 40-something home runs, 350 or 340, 50 batting average, something like that. And waiting for him to hit the majors, and then it wasn't exactly... He didn't pan out exactly. If I remember, he had some kind of issue with his back early on and just never really fulfilled what he could have been as a player. All right, well, let's get this Mark Grace wrapped up. That's a nice find. See, it's funny when I say that you never know if wax packs from those days have been opened and resealed, and then you find something like a Grace rookie. Now, Grace is something that would have been pulled out of a wax pack even back then. I mean, he was another one of those rookies that everybody talked about, everybody was trying to collect. I'd say more so than some of the players that came in and had a great career, like Glavine. Not many people were paying attention to Glavine back then. And there goes the Maddox. Nice Maddox card there. Keep that one on the side. Tom Prince, Puleo, Pat Perillo, Kent Colby. That submarine pitch that he had was absolutely messed with people. Eric Nolte, Terry Poole, Steve Lyons, Al Leiter, rookie. Now, I remember him. Definitely a great pitcher with the Yankees for a bit. Jeff Russell, Chuck Finley, Rob McClure, Greg Carteret, Lonnie Smith, and Tommy Hinzo. Well, let's keep it moving. Let me actually wrap up the Maddox. I'd say that's another good find. Definitely worth at least a penny sleeve. Get to opening the next one here. All right, start off with that puzzle piece. Andre Galarraga, Mike Davis, Kevin Seitzer. He was another one of those back in the 80s that was supposed to be really great. They were comparing him with Gwynn as well as other just pure hitters. Had a good career, but definitely not Hall of Fame. Guerrero, Ricky. Now that, I'd say, born Hall of Famer. One of my favorite players ever. If anything could get started up, Ricky would start it. I mean, base steals, home runs, definitely the top leadoff hitter of all time. Happy to find that one. Marty Barrett, Kirk Gibson, Rob Deere, Larry Sheets, Andy Van Slyke, Randy Bush, Willie Upshaw, Lee Guterman, and Andre Dawson. Very nice. Now that Henderson is not exactly centered all that well. I'm sure you could see that the top to bottom on that is definitely off a bit. Right to left is a little bit, but not as bad as top to bottom. So that one will just get saved. Would not be submitting that one. All right, next pack. Got Dick Schofield, Shane Raleigh, Diamond Kings. Yeah, right. Dave Svum, Eddie Murray. Nice Hall of Fame card there. Definitely keep that one there. Trammell, another nice one. Willie Randolph. Greg Swindell, Alfredo Griffin, Frank White, Steve Buscemi, Sean Abner, Ruben Sierra, Tim Wallach, and Tony Phillips. Excuse me for the cough today, or for the cough right now. I was out doing some yard work earlier, and definitely a hot day here in Jersey, but also seems that allergies might be getting a bit to me today, so it does happen. Darnell Coles, Don Robinson, Pete Smith, Frank DePino, Howard Johnson Hojo, Bill Wilkinson, Dwayne Ward, Roy Smalley, Andre Dawson Diamond Kings. That's a nice one. It does have the blue, but I'll hang on to it anyway. Cecil Fielder, Gene Larkin, Keith Miller, Harold Reynolds, Rafael Palmeiro, and Dave Magadan. All right, we will keep it moving. All right, next pack. Got Pedro Guerrero, Ricky Henderson again, and that one seems to have the same thing. That top and bottom is off, but saving him. Marty Barrett, Kirk Gibson, Rob Deere, Larry Sheets, Andy Van Slyke, Randy Bush, Willie Upshaw, Lee Guterman, Andre Dawson. There we go. Nice one there. Rob Thompson, Mike Diaz, David Palmer, and Kurt Stillwell. So we're finding a couple of good cards in these. Of course, nowhere near as many as I would like. You'd always like to find like an entire pack of, let's just say, Glavins, although I don't think that's possible. Though I have found duplicates of cards in different company packs. There's another video that I have doing Topps Leaders that I had duplicates in packs, as well as a 1990 Upper Deck, where within a bunch of packs I found several that had dupes in it. Really weird packs there. The Ted Power. Okay, we got some flip cards now. Jimmy Jones, Gary Carter. Nice card there. Ken Griffey Sr. again. Ray Quinones, Rance Mullenix, Steve Lombardazzi, Paul Molitor. I feel like I've gone through this pack before. Fred McGriff, Gary Gaetti, Alvin Davis, Jesse Orozco, Leon Durham, Deion James, and Bob Brenly. Felt like I'd seen that pack. I mean, they call it a deja vu or whatever, but that was... If I haven't seen that pack, I definitely saw some of those cards lined up exactly the same. Start off with the puzzle. Bill Long, Bob Boone, Pete Incaviglia, Joey Meyer, Tom Foley, Jose Canseco. That one I would have been real happy to find back then. Now, I guess, but centering is off left to right, top to bottom, all over the place. I'll keep him on the side, though. Bud Black, Mickey Hatcher, Dave Winfield. Nice card there. But, again, centering is a problem. Todd Benziger, Jeff Robinson, Robin Yount. Rockin' Robin, that's great. Centering, again, is an issue on that one. Niedenfuhr and Ivan Calderon. Even though that's a drawing, check out that beard, that stash. That's just really odd-looking portrait. All right, getting down to the bottom of these. All right, got Corey Snyder, Eckersley, Thad Bosley, Larry Parrish, Kevin Elster, rated rookie card, Bob Browner, Tim the Rock Raines, nice Hall of Fame card there, Bernazard, Mel Hall, Eisenreich, Jose Gonzalez, Claudel Washington, Mike Greenwell. He was another one that was supposed to be, they were calling him the next Ted Williams. He didn't exactly pan out that way. Had a real good career. He was definitely a slugger a bit, and definitely got some batting average, but wasn't exactly Ted Williams for sure. Greg Brock, and the Billy Ripken. I was going to say the other Ripken, but all right, next pack, and then I got only 2 more left in this stack. So we're just burning through these. All right, Mike Diaz, Kurt Stillwell, David Palmer, Randy Reddy, the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith, keep him on the side, Glenn Wilson, Billy Hatcher, Carlton Fisk, keep him on the side, Mike Stanley, Mitch Webster, McGuire, nice card, off center, top to bottom, Willie Wilson, Joe Carter, and Bob Welch. Last 2. Starting off with Damon Berryhill, Bob Melvin, Jay Bell, Todd Stottlemyre, Jerry Royster. I see, again, Yankee fan, I do not remember anything he did with the Yankees. Maybe he did, I don't remember anything. Wes Gardner, Will Clark, the Donruss MVP, nice MVP logo there. Rafael Santana, Pete O'Brien, Devon White, Galarraga, Mike Davis, Kevin Seitzer, Brett Butler, and Pedro Guerrero. All right, we're down to the last one here. I'd like to say this is make or break, but it's definitely not make or break. Again, these are ones that I have no idea what I paid for them or when I paid for them, so I'm just happy to be able to go through them. Bill Schroeder, Mark Williamson, Tommy John, but it's got the blue checklist there. Kurt Ford, Brian Dayette, Brian Fisher, Damaso Garcia, Nick Easley, Greg Gross, Shane Mack, Dave Smith, Jim Wynn. I don't know how much he won, but don't remember much of him. Kurt Manowaring, and Jerry Brown. So that kind of wraps us up here. Did pull out a couple really nice ones. I'd say the Clemens, the Ryans, that 3 really good pitchers from those days. Maddox, Clemens, and Ryan, and the Mark Grace rated rookie. That's a sweet card to find. Well, thanks much for being here. Definitely appreciate you. appreciate you watching. Always appreciate if you comment, if you give a thumbs up, if you subscribe, absolutely. Just going to take a quick look through these one more time here. See if there's anything else. There might be. I'll take a glass to some of these later. Yeah, all in all, not a bad break. Real happy to find that Ryan. Anyway, y'all, I'll catch up with you another time. Bunkle out. Stay safe, stay well, and stay blessed. Bye.